Hello and welcome to today's lecture. We're going to be hearing a new message from Lantos talking about how to use the flying seed to start a new project, an endeavor. This could be starting a business, building a home, even starting a short project or writing a book or an article, anything at all. This is great information that will help you in many different areas of your life. And so let's go ahead and get started. Lantos said, to gain success, one begins with I am. The first step to take is the step which contains fullness. This is the step of I am. Establish first that which contains the full vision of the form. Once this is achieved, the details will unfold with ease. In the beginning, when there is darkness, one calls forth light. Light illumines. Light opens the vision such that the creation may be seen. When one begins a project, one first introduces light. The greatest light of form is found within the I am. The I am contains all energy, all intelligence, all resources to support and maintain strength and direction of form throughout change and throughout time. The first step to take is to identify inception. When this has been identified, when the I has been located, then all is found. First, we must locate the I. Once we have found the I, we enliven this seed of inception. The seed of inception is the I of the form. And in enlivening this seed, we enlighten the form which is to come. Inception contains fullness. Enlivening the inception seed will bring light to the fullness of form. At times, the inception may be selected. At other times, the inception may be determined. If the inception may be selected, we will carefully choose the seed which will best support the intent or the nature of our endeavor. This may be accomplished through different methods. The first method is one which we may describe as the highest method. This method is the selection of the I through the moon wings in the presence of a gate. In these precious gates of light, the vibrations of the source are picked up most clearly by the moon wings. This is the first method for selection of the seed of inception. The second method is the selection through the moon wings in another location. This will offer direction in the absence of the possibility to perform the selection at a gate. The third selection method is to evaluate the nature of the seeds and the locational lines which are generated. This is the most complex method. All methods will produce positive results. Each method has value. Each method offers fullness. Fullness may be achieved through different paths. There is the path of the heart. This brings fullness. There is the path of the mind. This too may bring fullness. The path of the heart is one of natural simplicity, while the path of the mind holds complexity. Each path is valid. Each path leads to fulfillment. We select a path and proceed. Yes, the first step on this path of creation of a form, or project, or business, or a structure, the first step is the identification of the I. The identification of the seed of inception. This seed initiates the light, and through this light, the vision is revealed. Light. Very good. Very good. So then Cindy asked, how would we actually use this in enlivening the seed? Lantos said, we will include this seed in our daily performance of seeds. This seed will not replace the individual seeds of the I am which are performed in the morning and evening. We will perform this seed of form at another time during the day. Then Cindy asked, if this is an inception seed for a business, is that when we start the business? Lantos said, yes. Once the inception seed is realized, the time of inception is selected based upon this seed. And then Cindy asked, what do we use as the intent when we use the moon wings? And Lantos said, I am the way. This one intent may be applied when one is questioning the path. Any step along the path, any search for the greatest light and the highest direction may be realized through this singular, powerful intent. I am the way. I am the way. I am the way. Very good. Many blessings. Okay, let's take a look at what Lantos told us in that message. We begin any project. This, again, could be a small project, a term paper for a student. It could be a book for an author. It could be the architectural renderings of a home or a building for an architect. It could be a plan of action for a vacation. It could be building a home, building a building. It could be starting a business. The business would hopefully last you for many decades. Writing a term paper would hopefully not take a student many decades, but would be just 1 or 2 days. So this could be a short-term project or a long-term project. But you start the project with fullness. A vision of fullness allows you to have greatest success and greatest support for that project. We start with the inception, with the I of the I am. So we start with the inception seed. So how do we find the inception seed for a project? And I'll just say project from here on instead of going through project or business or form or endeavor. We'll just call it a project so that we all know what we're talking about. How do we find the inception seed for a project? We use the moon wings. Well, there is a third way. We'll talk about that in a minute. But the first 2 ways are using the moon wings. Either we use the moon wings at one of the gates of knowledge, the Western Gate of Knowledge in Los Angeles, the Eastern Gate of Knowledge in Taiwan. We use the moon wings at one of the gates of knowledge. If you cannot go to a gate of knowledge and throw the moon wings there, just do it at home or another location. If you have a great seal at home, let fly the moon wings in the presence of the great seal and in the presence of your flying seed. That will at least provide greater light when you are at home. How do you do this? You use the intent, I am the way. So you use that intent each time you let fly the moon wings, which will be 4 times to give you 1 seed, the seed of inception. Whether you're at the gate, whether you are at home, you will use this intent, I am the way. Now, I want to point out something that Lantos said in that final paragraph of his answer, of his message. He was talking about this intent, I am the way, and how important and effective it is for any area of your life where you need direction, where you need help making a decision. Let's read that paragraph again. It's short, but it's important. I am the way. This one intent may be applied when one is questioning the path. Any step along the path, any search for the greatest light and the highest direction may be realized through this singular, powerful intent. I am the way. I am the way. I am the way. So, regardless of the project, even if you're just trying to figure out what way you go in something with your job or in a relationship or anything else, you can always use this intent. I am the way. You would use it 4 times with 4 letting fly the moon wings, 4 throws of the moon wings, to give you a seed, and that'll give you your answer. Okay, so the first 2 methods of finding the inception seed will be using the moon wings. One is at the gate, that's the best one. The second one is at home. If this is something major that you are starting, a business, for example, a major project, you should really consider going to one of the gates of knowledge, even if it's just for one of our classes that we hold there, so that you are able to use the moon wings at the gate. We'll be doing a class just in a few weeks, November 10th and 11th in Los Angeles at the Western Gate of Knowledge, for example. But if it's just a small project, do it at home. Don't bother going to the gate. Simply do it at home in the presence of your flying seed, hopefully in the presence of a great seal also, so that you have the greatest light coming in, and let fly the moon wings there. The third method that Lantos gave for selecting the inception seed is, well, he said it is more complicated, and that is definitely the case. So it is to examine all the seeds and locational lines, the harmonics location lines which are generated. You would need to examine all 81 seeds using the inception seed harmonics to find out which harmonic bands will be most supportive in the location where that project will take place, whether it is the location of a home or building that is being built, whether it is the location where you live, whether it's the location for the headquarters of a business, anything along those lines. But that involves, well, remember the maps that I have shown you over the last few weeks, talking about harmonics of location. This would involve 81 different harmonics maps, so that you could make a determination which seed will end up being the most supportive for you in that particular location. That would be complicated, to say the least. So instead, we do the moon wings. Use the moon wings at the gate, if possible. Otherwise, use the moon wings at your home to help provide direction for the inception. Now, once you have the inception seed, what do you do with it? You enliven it just like you enliven your own inception seed, but we don't do it at the same time. So we do not enliven this inception seed during the sunrise seed sets or the sunset seed set. So not in the morning, not in the evening, but sometime during the day, you will enliven the inception seed for the business exactly as if it were your own inception seed. You take the wheel that is the primary wheel for that seed, you put it on the flying seed at the location of that seed, then you create using the seed phrase for that seed of form. Lantos calls it the seed of form, but that would be the inception seed for the new project. So that is how we use the flying seed to help provide direction and support for any project that you want help on. Let's finish up the lecture by talking about the sunrise and sunset seeds, just to make sure everyone really knows what they're doing. The sunrise seeds, I'm pretty sure all of you know how to do that. You've been doing it for months. I've told you about it many times. It's the inception, then appellation, then mission seed, followed by the daily seed. For those of you who have taken the teacher training course, you have a permanent mission seed. That's the one you would use every day. You also have an essence seed that you could do during the morning time as well. Okay, then the sunset seeds. This is sort of the same thing, except Lantos gave us a slight change a few weeks ago with the seed of hope. You find the seed of hope, and you will use the, let me pull up the information for you so that we have this. You will use the instruction, I am hope. Then instead of putting the wheel for that seed on the flying seed, you put it in your right hand. You hold the wheel of hope in your left hand, and then you create using the seed phrase for that particular seed. So this one will change every night, most likely, having a new seed of hope each evening, a new wheel in your right hand, enlivening a new phrase, a new seed phrase, using the creating technique. After you finish that, put the wheel of hope next to the flying seed, set aside that wheel for the seed of hope for the night, and then you go through your reflective seeds. in reverse order. Mission, then appellation, then inception, using the reflective seeds. If you don't know your reflective seeds, just call us and we'll email you a table, a reflective seed table, so that you can easily find out what is your reflective mission seed, what is your reflective appellation seed, what is your reflective inception seed. Okay, everyone. Thanks for joining me for today. It's always fun when we get new information from Lantos. Have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you again next week.